I know good and damn well I'm not the only woman who feels uncomfortable with this, and that expressing this will be detrimental to me and my channel. In the name of gender identity, Sapphic Underground and lesbians all around the world like her are being subjected to... What are they being subjected to? What is happening to them? What rights are being taken away? Lesbians are not attracted to men, no matter how they identify. How can I sit here and talk about the importance of women using their voice if I'm too afraid to use mine? You know, I wasn't sure I wanted to talk about this. I was afraid of not getting it right. I'm a cisgendered woman. I have no idea what it's like to be trans. And, you know, when I made that mistake on Ari and Mandy's birthday, my butthole cried tears for days. I was so filled with disappointment in myself. I am a perfectionist. I had been a little worried about bringing clicks to these platforms where the algorithm rewards any and all attention equating to dollars in their bank account. But I also know through my analytics that most of my subscribers are already aware of this channel. So unlike her community posts, I am not going to be ambiguous. I am just going to come out and say it. Recently, a YouTube channel by the name of Sapphic Underground made a very TERF-esque community post. And if you aren't already aware, TERF stands for Trans Exclusionary Radical Feminist, an advocate of radical feminism who believes that a trans woman's gender identity is not legitimate and who is hostile to the inclusion of trans people. It was preceded by a confusing poll that asked her audience, are you or are you not comfortable with the changing landscape in the lesbian community? And it was followed by a thank you for your support community post. What's interesting to me is that a lot of the positive comments she's getting are from self-identifying heteros, and her entire post is about non-lesbians invading lesbian spaces. Heterosexual TERF here, and I'm in full support for/of you. Why isn't Sapphic Underground kicking all these non-lesbians out of her lesbian space? What? Does she just not have enough time to gatekeep all the non-lesbians? Or maybe her hate for trans women has absolutely nothing to do with lesbian spaces. Of course, the second I saw this posted to Reddit, I immediately thought of Ariel Scarcella. I did a video on her turfy ass a long time ago, and she is still doing her cringe-pocalypse style videos. Look at this title and thumbnail. The went full redneck, like full-on redneck. Her channel looks like an SNL sketch about Confederate lesbians. So let us read this post that has apparently gone viral on Tumblr. Every time I hear about Tumblr, I think, that place still exists? All right, here we go. For the record, I am absolutely not comfortable with what has happened to lesbian spaces, both online and in the real world, and I am horrified by the amount of gaslighting and conversion therapy that homosexual women are currently being subjected to in the name of gender identity. Lesbians are not attracted to men, no matter how they identify. And men are not entitled to women's spaces, bodies, or attention. The fact that even saying this is met with threats of violence and vitriol is rampant misogyny and homophobia at its finest. And it's horrifying just how normalized the hatred of women and lesbians is. That violent threats towards those who speak up with concerns about their boundaries and comfort is cheered on. I know good and damn well I'm not the only woman who feels uncomfortable with this erosion of womanhood in lesbian spaces, and that expressing this will be detrimental to me and my channel. But how can I sit here and talk about the importance of women using their voice if I'm too afraid to use mine? That's how I feel, and people can take it or leave it. Well, hun, I'm ready to take it using a video pointing out transphobia and then leave it. How's that for you? Because several of her own subscribers subscribers were confused about the meaning of this post, I am going to break it down. First of all, the confusion is on purpose. It absolutely benefits her to keep things ambiguous, as opposed to Sapphic Underground typing out, trans women aren't real women, or I don't think trans women belong in lesbian spaces. It benefits her because less and less platforms are allowing, obviously, transphobic rhetoric, and it also benefits her because she can pretend to be a victim of the woke trans rights mob when her transphobic beliefs are rightly called out. Another benefit is that for people who really like her content, but also believe trans women are women, they can maybe read this post and somehow justify giving themselves like a pass on watching her content. After all, it's not like she's going to her community tab and typing out, I don't believe in trans rights. She's using phrases like conversion therapy, homophobia, misogyny, all phrases most lesbians will agree we need to stand up against. But let's just look at each part of that post. And I am horrified by the amount of gaslighting and conversion therapy that homosexual women are currently being subjected to in the name of gender identity. So when most of us think of conversion therapy, we picture the plot to But I'm a Cheerleader. What Sapphic is saying is that trans people just existing is equal to sending somebody to a pray away the gay camp. If you thought parents sending their gay teens away to pray the homo out of them and engage in life-threatening exercises like hetero comp sex was bad, wait till you hear about trans women existing. Right? That is... What is happening to them? What rights are being taken away? Allowing trans women into lesbian bars? Pfft, we can't even keep a lesbian bar open. Are you being forced to date trans lesbians? No trans woman is out there banging on Sapphic Underground's front door going, please date me, TERF! You have to date me, TERF! Newsflash, you idiotic TERFs. Trans women don't want to date you the same way POCs don't want to date white supremacists. Lesbians are not attracted to men, no matter how they identify. Well, there it is. She's saying trans women are simply men. It's horrifying just how normalized the hatred of women and lesbians is. I'm sorry, who's the one spewing out the hate here? How unaware do you have to be to complain about women and lesbians getting hate inside of a post hating on trans people? I know good and damn well I'm not the only woman who feels uncomfortable with this erosion of womanhood. Like, does this actually think her womanhood is affected by how society feels about anything? Oh my god, trans women exist. My womanhood! Oh, my womanhood has been taken from me! Give me and J.K. Rowling our womanhood back, trans women! Oh! That my womanhood is not affected by who does or does not exist, or whether somebody has rights or not. I'm not trying to make this video to deplatform the Sapphic Undergrounds and Ariel Scarcellas of this world. I have less than 2,000 subscribers. Compared to them, my channel's like a fart in the wind. But I am here, and I am part of the Women Loving Women YouTube community. And so I feel like it needs to be said. My channel is an inclusive channel. I do not make content exclusively for cis lesbians. And I just want to put it out there that if you are a queer trans woman looking for relevant content, I am here for you. The Sapphic Undergrounds and Ariel Scarcellas of our lesbian community may not want you in their spaces, but I want you in my space. I have not done a particularly good job covering trans lesbian content, partially because there's not a ton of trans lesbian content out there, but going forward, that is something I want to do. I want to cover more. I keep feeling like, wow, this shock, this surprise at transphobia in the lesbian community. And I see it. I go out onto the L chat. I'm in the Reddit threads. I'm on the disc. I see the transphobia and I know it exists, but I can't help but feeling like, is it this bad? Has our community been just completely overrun by TERFs? And this is what they want to do. They want trans lesbians to feel unwelcome. I want to put my voice out there to say, wait a sec. No, not all lesbians agree with TERF logic. All right. Whew, this was one of the serious videos I've done in a while. I feel like I was rolling out the reviews, rolling out the Christmas movies, and then bam, the TERFs video. I am sending you all love from a Chicago lesbian who hopes that when people come to my channel, they find inclusivity and joy. All right, I'm Amanda. This is my Really Gay YouTube channel, and I'll see you next video.